Host USA kicked off their campaign in emphatic fashion as they triumphed Paraguay 4-1 in the Group D opener. The US were an absolute delight to behold. I had the most fun watching them play. They were an absolute joy to behold. US were extremely dominant from start to finish, and I just loved how they were set up by Pochettino and the way the intensity they played with, the intent they played with. That's what we love to see, in World Cups. And as one of the hosts of the tournament, with the pressure, with the expectations, I think they most definitely delivered, at least on match day one. Uh, the US were extremely dominant from start to finish. I loved how aggressively they pressed. The high pressing was exceptional, was extraordinary from minute 1 to minute 90. They were really, really intense in all their actions and duels. They ran throughout the game. I love how further forward the fullbacks got. Robinson and Freeman were getting into some really dangerous positions. The box crashing was exceptional as well, with Tillman and McKennie making some really dangerous and threatening runs. I loved the sharp tactical nous by Pochettino as well. Just how he ensured that the proximity of players in between the lines. He ensured that Tillman and McKennie ran in behind of Balogun, and that just further caused so much chaos and just overpowered Paraguay. They had way too much to deal with, lots of willing runners, and it just got all too overwhelming for the visitors. The socio-factual relations that US made use of to progress the ball through the center was exceptionally sharp as well. On the player performances, I think we can go through many players, but I think it's well worth noting that this US squad is full of quality and talent. It's very much unlike previous World Cups where we've seen US turn up, but we have to bear in mind that 17 of this US squad playing their football in Europe. 9 of the 11 starters play their club football in Europe, and you could tell the imbalance, the difference in share quality between US and Paraguay, and it was just all too much for Paraguay to deal with. They were totally overwhelmed. They had no answers, and they were simply and sharely outclassed on the day. For the US, there were multiple standout performers. I thought Freeman and Robinson were extraordinary at fullback. Adams was really good. He kept the ball taking. So was McKennie and Tillman were really, really sharp. I thought